So welcome to practice session on a Saturday morning. Kind of got started early, playing around with some piano riffs and shit like that. Excuse my language. So I loved that riff. That was beautiful. When I played it, I was like, wow, that's kind of where I want to be today. You know, I want to be in that vibe. Hold on, let me check on the stream. Okay, we're still streaming. Hold on, I gotta set this up better. Alright, so live stream's active. Even though I can't see something down there, it's perfectly fine, right? Yep, okay, because as long as you can still see. Alright, sorry about the laggy there, but anyway, so I was starting off with these chords. And I said something like this. And I was like, wow, I want to use that. That sounds like For Your Love, I Want to Do Anything. When those classic R&B songs. So I keyed that in, laid it in. In fact, let's go ahead and crop this loop. Let me see. I might still want these notes actually. Let me not do that yet. So okay. That's where the loop starts. Uh-huh. Ooh, did you hear that? Sound like something got detuned. I love this piano. So this is a built-in piano in Ableton called the Grand Piano Equal. I'm going to mess around. I'm going to take out some stuff here. I'm going to do like some key noise. Let's add some more in the decibels. Let's take some fine tuning. 13 is a great number. Okay, so that was what I did with the piano. So then I said, I like that piano. That piano's dope. I wanted to chop up some quick drums. So I went over here to my Young Gurus break beats and crap. And there's this one by Bill Cosby, Get Out of My Life Woman. It's a pretty dope little drum pattern. Watch. Alright, so that's what I was chopping up. So I said, alright, let's give it a chop. And this is what I chopped up. It's freaky, but you'll see in context it's going to make a lot of sense because I chopped it up. I was playing to the beat at the time, and it just made sense as I played to the beat to do it that way. So let's go. Yeah, that feels good, that turnaround. So what I was gonna do next was I gotta go bass hunting, right? Let's go bass hunting. Now, amazingly enough, from my last computer, I could not recover my old hard drive. This hard drive just is done. It's old Western Digital, excuse me, because I bumped my camera. It's an old Western Digital, and it just it has a library of very good music I produced for 3 years when I was still kind of like just wanting to experiment and be different and not conform to anything that I'd ever really heard before, but still kind of like borrow from things that I heard before. So this is me doing that same thing, but I'm just more polished now. But anyway, so like I love the drums. I think the drums have a pocket. I'm gonna naturalize them a little bit here. Why not? Let's go ahead and let's get them in a groove. So let's go to my groove pool. And, you know, I'm great with MPC, about 53. It's here now. I think I heard something got skipped because it might come before the loop curve now. Like loop turnaround. That's not bad. But I still don't think that's going to be great. Let me see what's not going right. what am I thinking? It's this one, of course. I gotta wait for it to turn around before I even know if that note is off now because of the groove. Yeah, it's that one. Interesting though, right? I mean, all I did was put a little groove on it, and it didn't pick up that note anymore, and I didn't even committed the note. All right, we're gonna commit it. No, we're not. We're not gonna commit it. Let's back out. Let's back out. Let's back out. I don't want to mess up the real drum pattern I had there yet. I like that first drop. So I'm not gonna even put a groove pull on this yet. Let's go ahead and do the low instrument. So in my template, I built myself like a low main sampling area, just so I know when I'm starting to do my mixing and mastering, like where I want this to sit in the mix, you know what I mean? So I have like my drum main bus, I have a low main bus, a mids main bus, and a high mains bus, like, and a main and a vox bus. So I'm kind of busing things separately when I know I'll be mixing things later, and it'll just be more fun, keeping myself in this rigid structure. So let's go grab a little low in, grab a little low in. Now right now I got a piano here. That's not what we're gonna play. Let's go get an instrument like a sub bass, sub lab. And I kind of like this one. I think it's called I should have started by now, but I haven't started anything in this new setup. Haven't made a lot of favorites. In Nexus, that's funny. At least my favorites ported over. Ported? Did I say that right? And yeah, right now I just scrolled past several billion things of pre-selection of presets that I didn't even see the one I want. Isn't that sad? Let's go. Come on, man. It's easy. It's real. Hey, it's real easy. I know it is. When I see it, I'm just gonna click it, and you're gonna be like, okay, it took you that long to like notice that it was right there in your screen, sir. And I'm be like, yeah, yep. My brain is a little numb right now. No, it's not pure water. It's not. I think it was. I don't know. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Just too hard. Subguap. I think this is the one. Yep, that's the one. Alright. This is a boom bap stylish beat, but I'm still gonna try to do like a little trap bassy mix with it, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of mixing the two genres. Here we go. You know what I mean? Okay, so all I did was fill out that rhythm, staccato-ly. It's a staccato. All right, so I'm off every drop. Here we go. What am I doing? Okay, so the booms, I gotta match those. So let's go delete this. No, I'm good. I'm gonna just crop that. Sometimes I want to keep these intros I make. Let's keep those intros I make. Let's get all this on the grid, and then let's select this whole thing, and let's crop that. All right, so that's definitely not gonna work. I'm not gonna use that yet, but I just kept those notes there for a reminder. grid. All right, so I know if I stick to the grid, at least it's gonna sound good, maybe all right the first time through. Yeah, I'm vibing with it. Just gotta have some change ups, of course. This is too plain vanilla. In fact, let's crop the clip. Let's double the loop. So at least we're working with 8 bars now. First, what I'm gonna do on the first guy is I'm going to leave off that one. At least you feel that extra bit, you know, beat right there in the beginning, and then that's gonna come in. And just the kick comes through, not the bass, right? It's got enough bounce to it already, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's bouncy. It's the drums that are definitely getting that bounce though. Let's hear it from. Let's go ahead and like arrange it for a quick like fun thing to do. Sure, why not, right? All right, so this one will just be the loopity loop. Actually, let's break it. Let's break it here. Let's break it here, and let's do the full loop for some shits and giggles here, and then here, no bass line. Here, let's kill the original drum loop, and let's only use maybe the intro drum loop, okay? And then let's do with it like this, like this, like this, right? Like this, like this, like this. I probably would have done that drop a little sooner. I definitely would have done that drop a little sooner. So that's just me not editing it right. In the drummy loopy, we don't need this part to do the intro anymore. So let's just take that out to make sure I'm not messing with myself. Okay, so I just split it into 2 parts, right? Why not? And then I kind of want a part without the bass line, but still with the hard kind of drums. So what I'll usually do is kind of denotate that these are 2 different sections. Just give it a different color. Actually, no, my bad. That. Like that. Okay, so let's start. Hang on there, camera. Hang on, baby. What do you think? Should we speed the BPMs? Alright, here's where I would do something like, why wouldn't we just go over here to the higher piano? Alright, you're like, ooh, that's too pretty, and me too. That's too pretty. So I'm not gonna use another piano. Let's experiment. What are we experimenting with? Instruments, right? Next, this is fun. Arcade is abstract. Wavetable is like spot on. VSP Avenger is experimental too. So let's do the VSP Avenger. VPS Avenger. My dyslexia always says the VSP, and that's a very special person, I'm sure, but not the VPS, which is the Vengeance Producer Suite. Now there were some synth instruments in here that I was finding kind of cool. Right? That's got a lot of movement. Okay, we want to find the right ones. And it's just that simple. It's just those two notes. We're not going to do anything crazy. Woo! Alright, and then I do it again with the 3 sections here. My bass line, my drums, and my piano, and the special effects. Woo! And I haven't even put any compression on this yet. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna start mixing here in a minute because it's basically like I got the idea of the song done. You know, if I'm producing for myself, this is already enough for me to like start my writing process, which is usually freestyling to the microphone, looking off some notes maybe. Yeah, looking off notes these days because I've written a lot of things since I didn't have a computer. But that's neither here nor there in this discussion. All right. I know you're down. Let's start EQing this thing. Let's get this thing right. So we're gonna know that I have a drum bus on my main drums already. I'm gonna just do this to wash it out for a second. Alright, that was just an experiment. Nothing important. Let's see, that was cool, but what I'm really looking to do is start pumping the drums a little bit harder. Or, no, before I do that, before I pump the drums harder, let's go ahead and bust this to a glue compressor. Alright, so I made my lows main. Take the glue from my side chaining of the sample drums. And I'm gonna turn no, I'm not gonna turn the attack down. I'm just gonna start with my threshold. Alright, 1 + 1 = 0 × 0. That's the formula. It's a covalent bond. So now, let's turn to mute the drum. Alright, good. It ducks just enough. Turn it down just a little bit. Oops, I've turned it up a mean. Somewhere in between 5. I don't want it to really bounce too high over 5. Let's do a makeup of about 2. There it is. Now it punches. Alright. So now I'm really gonna just do this funky thing right here and take this glue compressor and put it on the mids as well. The mids main bus. So it just automatically inherits all that crap. And now it's, as you see, it's compressing this. Let's turn the attack up on that. And let's go back to the bass one and let's make the attack very fast on that one. Alright, now we got more body back in. Alright, so I compressed a couple things. Now what I really want to do is just kind of hear it out. I have another one of my favorite effects to use right here called animate, and we're gonna throw that on the oh no, what am I doing first and foremost, we're gonna EQ a little bit too. I'm not even EQing yet, so let's throw my EQ before my glue compressor. I'm gonna template this EQ. I can't stand having to redo this every time. So I'm gonna make myself a couple templates that I can just rock with right away. You hear that? It hurt too hard, huh? I'm gonna smooth that off. But that mid hit's pretty dope, huh? I don't want that, maybe. Maybe I don't want that mid to hit so hard. Yeah, I want it there. In that frequency. Ooh, that hurts. I mean, in real hertz, like megahertz. Notice that I have no red lines? Because everything was gain staged before I started. So everything was set to 12 in the channel. On the main bus, I left the volume at 0, but everything else set to 12. So that gives me a lot of headroom just to throw in, as I start to mix. I've started to learn that, not everything has to start at its loudest volume. You can get there instead of like turning down. Start turning up. You know what I mean? Turn up. Let me turn up. Yeah. So that's gonna have a lot of good energy, right? You feel that energy. I think I was supposed to look in here. My voice is cracking. I think I was supposed to look in here. Yeah, this is the one with the full loop. I love that. Non-quantized piano. Sounds funky, but it works. This is kind of lo-fi-ish, you know what I mean? I will lo-fi it out. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go get some effects. Actually, we're still EQing. Y'all gotta keep me on my task here. So I want to get rid of all the low out of this. There's no reason for that to have any low. Even actually right to there, because I like the bass having that whole spot, and I'll just get a little brighter there, and maybe give myself some air there. I'll learn that trick. And then, what was I saying? I could go throw a limiter on here too, but I'm happy with what we're doing right now, right? Didn't I say that? So maybe let's brighten this up with a chorus too. No? Too much? Actually, it softened it the way I liked it. Now I gotta go deal with the highs. Those highs are really too high, aren't they? They're just eating up everything. And that's why. Let's pull back in some more of that. So this is like a trap-esque, but I haven't even put any rolls in it yet, any like triplets. Kill me. Kill me. Alright, what do you think? I mean, we did that in a couple minutes, right? It didn't take us that long. That's usually how beats are made in my DAW. I like to just get creative real quick. Because at that point, then, if I'm not happy with it, I'll start with something new right away. I figure, the time spent being creative is more precious than the time trying to debug something, especially when it comes to, rapid feelings that the music give you. When you're moving in those feelings, you're like following the wave of emotion that comes over you from the vibe you get. And if music doesn't vibe with you, then why are you producing? You know what I mean? Same thing goes with almost everything you want to touch. In the best, softest way to not be too cute with you is if you touch it, then you better love it. If you don't touch it, it's because you don't love it. When you start touching something you don't love, you're just messing it up. You're not adding value to it. So kind of choose yourself wisely in that in that regard. Another thing about being really cool at just feeling your music out is never judge your music. Like when I started that piano riff, I was like, I know that sounds like For Your Love. Who else thinks that? I don't know. I mean, half the kids these days don't even know what that song is, so I'm just on it, you know? And I'm like, I'm not gonna judge myself for filling out that piano riff. I'm gonna go with it, because at least it's familiar to me, even if I am, you know, not sampling, but I'm kind of like interpolating. The best feeling to me, because at least it's something I recognize, you know? And then like the experimentation of like sound for me always comes in like, what adds to the vibration of the soul? Because the soul is what I'm trying to touch here. A lot of times I'll make very mechanical sounding music, but my goal is still, how do I make the mechanicalness touch the soul? You know what I mean? I kind of did that on the Lo-Fi Moon 2 album. I was doing a lot of mechanical production, but I was doing my best to like insert feeling behind some of what I was doing there. I mean, just for example, let's go Lo-Fi Moon it. This song here. You might recognize it now because what's her name did it? You know, our girl H.E.R. her. I called this New Life on my album from 2019, Lo-Fi Moon 2. And really what I was doing was like using these robotic drums under this jazzy, you know, sample that I got from Herb Alpert when he was, you know, working with Janet Jackson. And I had my artist in the studio, and we just started vibing, and we wrote this little thing together, New Life. Because this beat just felt so good, but I liked how the drums were so under-dramatically robotic. And I kind of kept that theme throughout the production style for this whole thing. Very little groovy drums, but the groove comes in other places. So with that said, you know, let's chill out. It was good hanging out with you. But I gotta skedaddle. Peace.